Kind of crazy because as a landlord, I deal with people who don't have a lot of money. I used to invest in these areas that were really not well off. And you kind of see this pattern with like the language of the poor. People who are never able to own houses, like people who have struggled paying rent, this is their language, the language that they speak. And it's interesting because when I talk to them, I have to change my entire mindset. When I talk to them and engage with people who are from this mindset and or from these places, if I'm out in the wild and I see people like this, I have to mirror match because I can't come at them the way I would come at someone who is equal to me in terms of financial success and mindset, right? This is a different mindset. This is a mindset of someone who is consistently poor, and it's a language. The language that they speak is very, very reactive, as in things are happening to them and they can't do anything about it. It's this constant mindset and thus language of saying things like, well, you know how it is. I've never paid a living wage. Well, you know how it is. Inflation is just out of control. I'll never be able to afford whatever. It's always like this negative, like, and I always have to mirror match, even though I totally don't agree with any of it. And oh, it's just hard these days. I'm never going to reach those things. Nobody can. It's impossible. I literally have to like, totally. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, how could anyone survive in this current climate? I can't say the truth. I can't say the truth. Well, actually, here's what you can do. Well, actually, here's what you can do. Well, actually, this is what you... I can't be that person because that's not what they want to hear. They don't want solutions. Solutions are just more problems because it means that they actually have to take action and change the way that they think and the way that they act. It's much easier to just be consistently victimized because once you're a victim and you're really comfortable being a victim of your circumstances, that's your identity. That's your language. That's how you talk. Right? I see it all the time with job seekers, people that are angry at recruiters. I'm a recruiter by trade. And I see people all the time be like, well, recruiters never get back to you. And all the jobs are given to the immigrants. And all these H-1B holders are taking all the good jobs. Like, that's the language. That's the language of the have-nots. Right? So when you hear that language, all you can say is pat them on their back and be like, I hear you, and move on. Because they will never, ever see or do anything about it. They will never see solutions and they will never take action to solve their own problem. This is a poverty of the mind.
Yeah, so ouch. Like I mean, ouch. She kind of sound like Mary Antoinette, like let them eat cake. We're at this level. So she put people down at this level. Um, but unfortunately, I have to agree with her, especially in America, where everybody is so sensitive to what you do and what you say. They get easily offended. Like, I cannot be at my job and just have a regular conversation with someone or act normally with someone, like act myself with someone. You always are on pins and needles because it's like everyone's a victim. Everything is an offense, right? And when that happens, things cannot get done. You cannot have solutions to anything. Complaints stay up in the air. As soon as it's 3 o'clock, everybody is gone, right? Nobody does more than they're supposed to do. How do you get ahead? You get ahead by staying behind sometimes after work and just working hard and complaining and not complaining. Or maybe even though you don't like your job, trying to love your job, right? Trying to find the good things in your job, trying to find the positive stuff around you. But where I am in this situation, like in life in America, is like you have to walk on pins and needles with everybody. And there's especially with I would say with like African American culture, like the mindset is just crazy. When I was in New York City, you used to know, like, when you get on at above 42nd Street, and as you go higher, I realize in myself that the more I go up, the higher I go up, right? Um, you can even say from like 82nd Street. I'm not going to even say 42nd Street. You can go higher than that. Like from 80 something Street on, there dwells the lowest hanging fruit of society. Like as people get off and get on the train, it gets more miserable and more miserable. And by the time you're in the Bronx, everybody's just mad. Everybody's just angry. You know, you can see it on their face. They don't even have to talk. You just see it on their face. Everybody's ready to pop. And there's a system that keeps you down. And if you're going to stay down because of this system, a lot of people not strong. They can't fight it. They just like, yo, I'm just going to give up on life. Or this is just the way life is. Or I can't do nothing about my situation. Or I'm poor, I need a handout. Why ain't nobody feeding my 6 kids or 7 kids or 8 kids? You know, and you cannot tell them things. Just like with the Trump derangement. Like, there's people just hating on a person because somebody told them to hate him. When like 5 or 7 years ago, you were loving the guy, right? But some establishment, some entity, maybe the Democratic Party, told you, oh, you got to hate this dude. You got to hate this guy, you know? And so they do that. It's like a sheep mindset. I tell people, look, invest in crypto. I was telling them, oh, I ain't got the money. I ain't got the money to invest. I told them like 10 years ago. I was telling people like invest in crypto. In 2017, maybe you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up a few times, right? But you're gonna learn from that, and then you're gonna get wealthy from that if you know how to do it. Oh, I don't got the money. What do you mean? You don't got like $10 a week that you can put into something like a V-Chain or something like a chain link. I mean, 10 years ago, chain link was like $2 or something. Not even. It was like 75 cents or something. You saying you don't got $10 to put in every week, and now you see chain link at $20? Like, you don't got $10 a week. No, they don't. They got it, but they use it on other things. You know, and that's the mindset. That's why I don't go around the Bronx no more. Because all they're going to see is something that they just going to take. My brother's like that too. It's just take. They got nothing to give. Even though they can give something, they have nothing to give because their mindset is like that. And it's a victim mentality. And I was stuck in the victim mentality. Sometimes I find myself going back to the victim mentality. I'm so happy that I went to China, that when I did display or show the victim mentality, no one cared. It's like, so, you know, there's no one you can complain to. There's no one where you can tell if somebody calls you a ninja, right? There's nowhere where you can turn. Nobody's going to defend you. In fact, they're going to blame you. And so you got to find ways to win in a society that doesn't give you a fair chance as they give a white person, but they give you a better chance than they give most Chinese. And so you have to find that advantage and take it. And I was like, well, if they not going to like me because I'm black, at least I'm going to use that American passport to get as much as I can from that passport. And a lot of Americans don't understand, especially black Americans, how lucky you are to be born in the United States. You got a lot of black people, life is not fair and all this other stuff. And it's like a victim Olympics. Life is not fair. Everything is high. I don't got no money. I don't got nothing. It's the white man. They blame everything on the white man. And I'm like, yo, you were born in one of the greatest countries in the world. So you started higher than most people in the world. If you talk about life is not fair for other people. Like, imagine a person living in the squalor, sorry, of India, right? Imagine somebody living you was born in India, in one of those derelict villages, or you was born in, say, for instance, Somalia, right? Would you want to be born in Somalia? I mean, I wouldn't even want to be born as a white person in South Africa. Like, I'd rather be born black in America than white in South Africa. And so you got to take what you've been given and you got to learn how to work with it. And I find myself slipping a lot, becoming a victim, at my work, trying to make friends with people. And then when you don't really make friends with people, then it's just like you take it personal. They don't like you. And then you become the problem. They become your problem. But that's your problem. That's not their problem. And because I'm used to a society back in the days where you made friends at work. That's where you made your friends at. That's where you talk with people at. That's where you joked around. But times have changed, and, you have to change with the times, right? And I found myself, like, a few days just becoming a victim. Somebody said, "What's wrong?" And then I said, "This guy don't my manager don't respect me. He don't talk. He doesn't respect me. I need to gain some respect. It's not right the way he be treating me. Some of the teachers don't treat me like an equal." And then this lady told me, "See, you got to lower your expectations." And that's lower your expectations towards them, not you, not their perception of you, but your perception of them. And at this time I was thinking, well, I'm equal to them. They're equal to me. Right? But it's not like that in the world anymore. It's like dog eat dog. And I feel, hey, I'm better than you. And why am I better than you? Because I got more money than you. And it sounds harsh, but that's just how it is. You know what I mean? And when people look at me and they see, oh, he got money, he got this and that and that and that. First, first, before they know all this, they treat you kind of nice and all that. But then when they know that you got these things and your life is good, and then it changes, the attitude changes to something that could be fairly negative or even apathetic, trying to be apathetic, right? If you got a problem, you're not supposed to have a problem. Why? Because you got money. Right? So now I just don't care. I just do and say what I kind of want to say. I don't look for validation or approval from people. And I show off. When I want to show off, I show off. Why? Because I earned it. Because I made the right decisions in life. Because I was mostly not the victim, then the victim. Because of China, because China gave me that thick skin, I could come back here and say, listen, I'm so lucky. America is just an oyster that can be opened and you could do what you want. Like, this skin color may be one type of facet that gets you where you get in trouble, or you can't get things, or your gender, because you're a male, right? Because you're a black male. People they don't treat you with the respect that they treat black women or white women, right? So you have to find the advantage, and you got to take that advantage and work what you got, because you already lucky, to be born in one of the greatest countries in America. So this is Flagg. I'm out. What do you think about this woman, what she's saying? She got another video. I'm going to talk about that, but I'm going to see how this video go before I push it any further. So this is the Flagg. I'm out. Peace.